Welcome back to our continuing coverage of Nigeria's general elections, Nigeria 2015, here live on Channels Television. Well, yes, indeed, reports reaching us indicates that the president has called the APC candidate, General Buhari, congratulating him on his victory. But yes, you know, we're still waiting for INEC to. They said 8 o'clock actually for that big announcement.
1 hour and 40 minutes.
But then all the mathematics has been done. Many also said, look, it's just for formality that INEC will eventually just come forward and then do that announcement. But in the meantime, Mr. John Oloyede joins us now. He's a legal practitioner. Thank you for coming on this evening.
Thank you very much.
We'd also like to remind our viewers, you can indeed share your pictures, images of how you were anticipating this result of the elections, and how perhaps when it's eventually announced, or your reaction now, depending on what you have heard about the outcome, the final outcome. We'd also like you to share that with us. Let me ask Mr. Oloyede, your impression about this. I mean, you also have been watching this, perhaps on the sidelines. What's been going through your mind about this?
Well, let me start from where you started from, the conduct of Mr. President. My impression is that in a few years' time, Nigerians are going to remember him for doing what he just did. This is the first time an incumbent is being displaced through an election, and so, by providence, he is the first Nigerian president, ruler, head of state, to congratulate somebody who is going to take over from him. I say with all sense of respect that this is the kind of change that Nigeria has been yearning for. And I believe that on this kind of change, on this kind of conduct, Nigeria will be able to build up on it and move on to a higher level. My impression of the elections generally is that there's a lot of room for improvement. I must say that we didn't really, I can't say we've gotten it right, I mean, by international standards. But like I said, there's always room for improvement. For the first time, I feel elated as a Nigerian that so many people out there, not just in Nigeria, they are looking at Nigeria for something very good. That we're actually transiting, I mean, we're making good on our words. The president has made good on his words, and by the grace of God, we will have peace.
What's your take, Benite? Now that the president has called General Buhari to congratulate him, how does this translate to the followers for both parties?
Well, I hope against hope that we'll understand, like I said, is for the interest of Nigerians to keep peace. And we want to congratulate APC and General Buhari for a gallant fight. It was a great fight indeed. And,
while we wait for the results, of course.
Well, while we wait for the result. But like, even if the president has finally sent a congratulations, because I think we should look, there's a pronouncement maybe that will happen, even if it's counted or not counted. I mean, it's done. But what I believe is that everyone must understand that the interest of Nigeria outweighs anybody's interest. With the court actions, the class actions, and every action that will take place after this election, is still for the interest of Nigeria. And therefore, Nigerians should not be hasty and should not preempt anything and allow processes to take place, because by international standard, processes is one of the dynamics of change. And by doing this, we strengthen our institutions that are required for progress. So we must understand that the results are out there, we have seen it, and let everybody be calm and allow each process to take place, no matter what the intricacies are.
Well, speaking about the processes, I mean, Prof, I mean, yesterday we were reminded that there are, I think, 23 pre-election cases in court. That was the chairman of the presidential candidate, UPP, I think, Chakwa Sokori. He did say categorically, don't worry, we'll have to sort some things out in court, and everybody went. I thought, if Nigerians decide, how would the courts eventually look at all of this? Would they be mindful, and how so, of the results at the end of the day?
Well, one thing you can be sure is that there are rules of interpretation which guides the courts. The court is not an arbitrary setting, and there are, precedent that also guide the court. Whatever are the issues that are taken before the court, the court is going to decide them irrespective of what has taken place. They may have a bearing, what has taken place may have a bearing on the outcome, but the issues may have nothing to do with what has taken place, because those issues they have crystallized. Even before we went into elections, those issues have been joined, they're in court, they will go their normal course. So the court will have the responsibility of deciding what are the issues and what are the merits of the issues that are brought before them.
And then the other part is that much as, yes, we're waiting for that official announcement by the commission, but there are those who are not even waiting for that. They've already hit the road, they've hit the streets, they're celebrating about this. While some states are declaring curfew, saying, hey, just hang on, let everyone just be in check. Yeah. You know, that's just 2 in 1, because we're talking about the expectations before the elections, during the elections, and after the elections. But now, do you see anything going maybe wrong at the moment?
Yeah. Okay. Well, as an optimist, you know, I'm someone who believes very much in Nigeria. I was talking to a young man who yesterday said he's at the law school. He just came in, he studied in the UK, and he's always been there. And he said, look, all your discussions, I hear you guys talking about Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa all the time. Why are you guys so divided? It's either Buhari, this one is Igbo, that one is that. And that personally doesn't see Nigeria getting out of this problem, that we can never make progress. And I said, you can say that because you have options. I don't have options. I'm a Nigerian. I can't go nowhere. I don't have any other country to run to. So at this level, at this stage, I can only hope that in line with what Mr. President has done, because you see, before we came on screen, I had said it. I said, I don't put it beyond President Jonathan to call General Buhari and congratulate him before the counts are over. And the man did not disappoint me. If that man out there who actually feels the heat can do that, I don't see any reason why any other person, any one of us, should do anything less. There is no basis for anybody going out on the streets. There's no basis for anybody. Look, this is the moment for sober reflection. In celebration, we must be, those who have won, who belong to the winning party, must be moderated in their attitude. Are you with me? And those who think, well, their party has lost, they must be moderated in their utterances. Nigerians cannot afford at this stage to lose this very good thing that we have been, we presented ourselves with this. The divide is this. I've always said it is them and us, the politicians and the electorate. For the first time in the history of this country, the electorate had a say to a large extent. And when I say this, I have looked at the demographics. Look at the results. I have said it to whoever cares to listen that real elections have taken place in the southwest. Real elections have taken place in the north central and probably in the northeast. The entrenched regions have remained entrenched. Northwest, south-south, southeast. Nobody, I don't think so much should have been expected from those areas. They voted the way they've always voted. In fact, the votes collected by Mr. President were lower in terms of, I mean, when the mathematician was here, they were lower. Now, here in the southwest, for instance, nobody would have expected that PDP and APC will run neck to neck the way it has happened. That is a free expression of the desires of the electorate. In Lagos today, you have a situation where some persons who are from the southeast contested on the platform of the PDP and they won in Lagos. That had never happened.
But let's look at Sokoto. Sokoto is away from the south,
Yes.
southwest. It's up north there. And what we have, the figures looking, the APC is 671,926, as to the PDP 152,199. But of course, this was had a mix to it, a caveat, if you could call it that. There were cancellation of results in 16 areas, including Bodilgo, Shagari, Sokoto North, Sokoto South, Raga, and we have the cases of ballot boxes being snatched at some point. Do you think this could have been a better result if we didn't have those situations?
As it stands, the result from Sokoto, I think, reflects better the true will of the people than it had always been. Because, I mean, take it from me, that's core north. And if, as things stand today, with the kind of clamor we've seen, I mean, with the entrenched positions, oh, you vote for your own person, and, I mean, President Jonathan could garner 100 and something thousand, you said? Wasn't that what you said?
Yes, 152.
Yes, 100 and something thousand.
Yeah.
While the APC candidate scored 600,000. I mean, what of Bayelsa? Because we have to talk comparatively. I mean, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. That's why when the election results for Enugu was announced, some people were alarmed. Wow, 500 and something, and the other person scored 16,000 plus. But when the election results for Kano came in, even some, I mean, I know some APC members, you know, you can, when they say Iboloyi in Yoruba, it's something that turns your eye. You can't see well anymore. You just go down flat. You know, one of the jokes that was posted was that the guy doing the sign language behind the man announcing the Kano result actually had to do the sign of the cross, say, Hail Mary, Mother of God. You know, I mean, it's what has happened here has happened there. I've always said it, and I don't have any apologies for anybody. PDP, APC, they are two sides of the same coin. Today, somebody has won. They perfected their act, and let's wait for another 4